Alright, hello everybody, hello. Welcome to yet another battle. We are here for the, I guess, super finals, whatever you want to call it, of the UNPL Winter Wildcard. Essentially, we did win our division last week versus Fredo on an extremely well prepped and executed game from my part, in my opinion. Um, but which does gives us a championship. We will be on the Hall of Fame. Yay! We finally got Charizard a chip, which is without its mega, I guess, which is amazing. That being said, I will say I would like to win this game. We're facing the winner of the other conference. I think it's the Frostless conference. We are facing Emerald Miner and his Demulation Force, which is a hilarious and also scary name. We have faced Emerald in the past once, I believe. I think we won, but it was a very close game, if I remember correctly. He does have. It is a little bit sweet because I really wanted. He did beat our good friend Horizon in finals of the other division, and we were hoping to face each other on the finals. But it is what it is. That just shows how good of a player he is. But I also think that one of a big reason why Horizon ended up losing that game is not that he didn't. It's not that Emerald didn't play great. He did. He adapted to some stuff that Horizon brought that definitely caught him off guard. But also, I don't think Horizon had the best prep for a couple of things on his team. So hopefully we are gonna have to. We have learned from that, and we will take advantage of that situation. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you the matchup for this game. So they have Rockfish, which is terrifying for my team, to be honest with you. Depending on what set it is, it could just destroy us. It could sweep us. If I'm being fairly honest, the scariest set that I'm most worried about will be a Life Orb Source Dance lead with it. Because he will have to predict everything that I'm bringing, or at least a good chunk. But even if he doesn't, if it leads with Source Dance, Adamant, Max Speed, Aqua Jet, Psychic Fence, and Crunch, I just probably lose on the spot unless I play very well. But yeah, that Pokemon is going to be incredibly scary. That being said, he does seem to have a preference to run Choice Scarf on it, which is fair. If I had it on my team, I will also run Choice Scarf on it most weeks. Since it gets flip turn and it hits really hard. Outside of that, he does have the Hitmontop, which is very annoying for my team. However, we have faced Hitmontop a couple of times before. I think we can handle it. Dogtrio, thankfully, is not allowed to have Arena Trap. They do have a couple of very good super Pokemon in Wigglytuff and Dracloak. We have faced Dracloak. It has been annoying for us. We have faced Dracloak twice, and it was annoying. So we'll have to play better against it or try to find out some stuff. They do have 3 very interesting Terra Captains. Ponyard, which is amazing as a Terra Captain in my opinion, but also could be challenging. And I don't know if he's gonna either come or if he's gonna Terra, because they do have that Grottle, which they seem to love. It is annoying that it does have access to Shell Smash, because my Blastos doesn't. But fair enough, I get what he does. That being said, I think he likes running the curse set better. He just likes, if I learn anything from his last couple of matches, which has been his most successful, obviously, because they win semifinals and finals on their league, is they love their knockoff spam and they love their bulky grasses. So I'm kind of fearing that they may bring the Grottle to try to sweep me with it. With Shell Armor, it cannot be crit, so it's one of those Pokemon. They did face Aquiladin last week in Horizon's team, but his Aquiladin couldn't Terra, mine can, so that makes it a little bit different of a prep need for it. Quilava is a little bit annoying. It's technically the only immunity to a Charizard, so it may come, but also outside of that, it's really not great. I could see a Choice Scarf, if it comes, it's 100% Choice Scarf eruption, which is gonna be annoying, but I think I can deal with it. Another Hazard Demon in the freaking Glaymat. Thankfully, I do have a Grande Poison that matches relatively okay into it in the Sneasel. I believe that it does not get Psychic. Let me just double check. It does get the ground move, Mug Shot, which is annoying, but I don't think it's Psychic, and Psychic will be the most annoying. Yeah, it does. It gets no Psychic coverage, so that's good. They do have the Staravia, which could actually be pretty annoying with Reckless, Braver, or Double Edge, so we have to be careful with that. Have I been using my all roster, my original roster, that I would expect that Choice Scarf thing to come 100%, but ever since we pick up both Electabuzz and along with the trio, Scarf flying times haven't been brought up too much versus us, which is good. They do have another option for a Terra Captain in Voltor, which they have used very well, in my opinion. But again, the most you terrestrialize Pokemon, the less you can terrestrialize another one. To be honest with you, the Pokemon that I'm most scared about terrestrialization-wise will be the Ponyard. You'll see why. And last but not least, of course, they have a freaking Impidimp for the priority screams. So yeah. Anyways, that is the matchup. What do I think is gonna come? Well, I had done a couple mocks in the Brockfish, the Doctrio, the Hitmontop, the Ponyard, the Draclov, and the Grottle King. I won one, I lost one. It was very, very close both times. Doctrio, even though it's not Arena Trap, one of the most concerning parts, I guess, of the other teams that they have so much Stealth Rocks. They have a Stealth Rocks in the Doctrio, the Ponyard, the Wigglytuff, the Glimmet, and I don't know if the Grotto gets it. It's not gonna run it if it comes, but you know it could. So that's one of the most annoying part about their team. Even if I have, you know, good removal on Blastoise. Outside of that, the Doctrio could be extremely annoying too, because if it comes with, I don't have a Ghost type, at least not with a Terrasilizen, so if it comes with a Sash Endeavor set, that could just chip out one of my walls very much, and that could be it. Outside of that, they don't have very good switches to especially offensive Charizard. They can revenge it, and they can definitely either with a faster Scarf or with a Aqua Jet or Sucker Punch. Their speed tiers are pretty good. I think they may be better than mine. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. In any case, yeah, no, they have a very solid roster, and I think they have come into their own. It's very funny that they weren't even supposed to make playoffs, and they only made it because a team that was above them and they're dropping off the competition, and they had come all the way down to finals. So good job to Emerald, dude. Cannot knock that. However, we earned our place in playoffs, and we sweat blood and tears through semifinals and finals, so hopefully we can pull it off. Anyways, let me go ahead and show you the team that we're bringing for this. Okay, so first of all, of course, it's gonna be our captain. This is a round one pick for a reason. Third week in a row, we're gonna be running the Choice Scarf on the Goldfinger. I mean, through the entirety of the season, I had learned that that's just the best set on this Pokemon. Having the fastest thing on the, almost the fastest things, or almost always the fastest things guarantee on the field, it's always good. So yeah, we're just gonna have to be running. We're just gonna run the Goldfinger with a Choice Scarf. The moves are gonna be close combat and gunshot, of course. I am running Toxic Spikes this week because the way that my team is brought up, first of all, I don't know if they're bringing Glimmet. And second of all, the way that my team is structured, I may need to set up Toxic Spikes. You'll see why in not too long. And Throat Chop, which is probably the most important move of the entire thing. This will allow me to revenge a Choice Scarf. Brockfish, which I'm like 99% expecting. if I can chip it down to a little bit less damage. I am very scared of running gunshot because, you know, the accuracy, but the difference in damage output with poison jab is so much bigger that I just have to. I mean, if we lose because we miss, then we just lose because we miss. We are running Adamant Nature with enough speed to outspeed the Brockfish. Outside of that, everything else we don't need to necessarily outspeed. But yeah, this is gonna be the captain is gonna be within the choice card once again. Pokemon number 2 is gonna be our shiny Blastoise Rambo with a Rocky helmet. This is how we chip the what you call it, Mr. Brockfish, because all the moves that he wants to clear versus us are physical, so Rocky Helmet will do a good amount of damage. We are running Surf for stab, of course, Flip Turn for momentum, Rapid Spin. Not necessarily because we want it for removal, but it's mostly for speed. And because after one Rapid Spin, we are guaranteed to outspeed a Jolai non-Scarf Brockfish, which, again, it's a very big concern. So we just had to run this. And Dark Pulse is going to be a mode for coverage because it hits their water resist outside of the Grotto, which I don't know if you're going to try to bring the Grotto into this. Regardless, I shouldn't be attacking a Gloro. I should be just switching versus a Gloro. So the plan is probably to lead with this, depending on what they bring. Especially if they bring the Doctrio, we 100% lead with this and Rapid Spin. I want to avoid these shenanigans of then leading with Doctrio and having to do 50-50s to switch into something else on my team. Rapid Spin, I'm not going to outspeed it, unfortunately, after one Rapid Spin, but if they set up hazards, the Rapid Spin does get rid of the hazards, and also allows me to break their Sash, which will be one of the most important things to do to prevent Endeavor shenanigans later. So yeah. Anyways, that's going to be Blastoise. Not much else to say. The Dark Pulse is guaranteed almost to two-shot the Brockfish. If they bring the Brockfish, I will tell you though, if they bring Brockfish, the lead is going to be super accurate, because if it is just Swords Dance Brockfish on the lead, I'm going to have to first Rapid Spin and then Dark Pulse a couple times. But they could kill me with a +2 Strongio Psychic Fence if they're Life Orb. So like I say, I could just lose on the lead versus that Pokemon. So we'll see what happens, dude. But you know, and I don't know that a Rapid Spin into a Dark Pulse plus a Rocky Helmet damage, maybe with a Life Orb hit, we'll kill it. I mean, if we can exchange Brockfish for this, I'm 100% good. That is the job the Blastoise has this week. Number 3 is going to be our Terra Captain for the week. We are bringing, once again, Eminem. Like I mentioned, they did face a Quilladin last week, but it wasn't Terra. They were not, they seem to be not concerned about it at all, to be honest with you. Because Horizon did bring a support Quilladin with hazard spikes. I am not running that. I am actually running a defensive setup Quilladin because if I can set this up, this could actually win the game. I do need potentially the Draglog dead if I'm gonna try to do that. But because I am choosing to run Terra Electric mostly, so I don't have to play with paralysis. If I get paralyzed on this thing, that could be really bad later on. But also Terra Electric is pretty good against their team. I mean, their main thing to deal with an electric type will be Doctrio, but you know, has to click Earthquake versus us, right? And you know, I'm a grass type. What else are they gonna click? So yeah, I do need to bring Ton so I can 1v1 the Grotto if it comes down to that. I cannot crit it, but I can definitely 1v1 it if I just stun and start bulking up on it. Ideally, this thing will snowball into their team. We are gonna have Terra Blast for our move of coverage. I could run grass type move, and I'm tempted to do it. I may change it before the game. I'm still thinking about it. But Terra Blast Electric one-shots the Brockfish, which is very nice. which really helps. And it also helps versus a potential Terra Water Ponier. Um, so, you know, we'll think about it. And then we had Drain Punch for recovery because I do not have Synthesis. I couldn't, in a perfect world, I would be able to run, 5 moves, but that is just how it is. Originally I wanted to run Terra Fairy on this because their team is really weak to Fairy. However, last week he did bring, on finals, he did bring Terra Poison Grotto, which is annoying, and if he were to run Terra Poison, then it completely shuts down my set. I don't know if he brought Terra Poison because if it was a good set or because he expected, I mean, he knows that Grotto struggles against bulky grass types, which makes sense. That being said, I don't need him to hit me super effectively because that could kill me through Terra and Volcavs. They also brought it also may, what is it called? It may encourage them to click Seed Bomb versus me, but I don't know if he knows that Quilladin is immune to Seed Boot because of Bulletproof. They did bring Seed Bomb versus Quilladin last week, which I found very interesting. But again, I don't know. If he doesn't know, that could be one free turn that we get. Unfortunately, Drain Punch won't do a lot versus a Terra Poison, but eventually, it will get us there. Oh yeah, the reason why we're not bringing a grass move instead of Terra Blast is because, if you bring Terra Poison, I cannot break it between Drain Punch and a grass move. So that's what we're bringing Terra Blast instead. So yeah, we're gonna be depending a lot on Quilladin. So we'll see how that works out. Pokemon number 4 is going to be our trusted Charizard, holding the choice specs once again because, like I said, his team really doesn't have very good switches versus this unless they are like extremely special defensive Wigglytuff or maybe an Assault's Hitmontop. That being said, that makes them less offensive, which I'll take. Unfortunately, last week, this thing got paralyzed, so he couldn't do anything. Plus, he missed a lot of Hurricanes, which makes me terrified that I'm running Hurricane as the main stuff once again this week. But again, the opportunity cost of not running it is just so big. Most teams just coming into this and get destroyed by Hurricane. But if they don't, we do have Flamethrower. Once again, Blaze allows us to destroy things if we get into Blaze range, which will be 2 rounds of Stealth Rocks, so we gotta work with that. It is notable to say that the Ponyard wouldn't one-shot me after a round of Stealth Rocks with Sucker Punch, even if it's Adamant Max Attack, so I will have to keep that in mind. And then the other 2 moves are just for coverage. Dragon Pulse specifically to heal the Dragload if we need to kill it, guarantee instead of having to click Hurricane versus this, and Scorching Stance just for, general coverage. Ground coverage is very good into their team, even though if it hit pretty hard, but still pretty useful to snatch and burst certain kills. So yeah, hopefully our favorite Pokemon of all time can do something this week. He wasn't able to do anything last week, but maybe today's redemption. We will see. Pokemon number 5 is gonna be our Boss Lightyear, which was the huge MVP last week. Again, I'm so glad I picked up this Pokemon. Fun fact, I had drafted this Pokemon several times in Gen 9 as a extremely budget bulky electric on regular, and it has been okay. Has never shined, but on this thing, on this tournament, he has been absolutely incredible. So big fan of Buzz Lightyear. We are bringing Eviolive because we're gonna be once again be a very bulky set. We are running Taunt on this thing because if we had to have this in front of the Grotto, we will stop it from trying to do stuff on us. Knockoff is big because if we can spam knockoffs into their team and get rid of items, that would be great. Ice Punch is general coverage, of course, and the last move is gonna actually be Ball Switch because I do need him to. First of all, it does more damage to a Ponyard than Thunder Punch, even though we are timid. Or minus specially attacking nature, obviously. That being said, as you can see the stats, 203. We're not bringing any attack investment. We can take several hits. Unfortunately, there's no way we can take a adamant hit. I mean, there's no way we can take a +2 Psychic Fence from Adamant Brockfish. But you know, if it comes down to that, it comes down to that. So maybe we can get Snatch Paralysis. I feel like this game could have a lot of paralysis going on. We can't take a hit from the Doctrio. Unfortunately, we don't speed it. But if the Fresh Slash is broken, the Ice Punch will more than likely break it. And knock off Exor, like I said, is stuff. So yeah, this Pokemon is mostly here to support, remove items, shift things around. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. And last but not least, I guess I lied because this is also a Terra Captain. Also, I severely doubt that I'll be Terra Stylizing this. But we are bringing Madoka, making her only second. No, this is the third time that she has come to the thing. So, good healthy amount of times for her. Is holding the Eviolite. Like I mentioned, my opponent has a lot of freaking hazards. So, I will appreciate not having to deal with them. With the Charizard being a big win come for us. So we're just bringing, once again, a very physically defensive set with this. It is a potential lead as well. Depends on what they bring, to be honest with you. Originally, I wanted to lead this 100% of the time, but the Doctrio, you know, could be annoying. But mostly Ponyard. Ponyard is actually the most annoying part for this. So we will have to see what happens. I was originally gonna rest Sleep Talk on this team, but in practice I can never click rest, so we're just gonna have to ignore that. We're just bringing Psychic for staff, Giga Drain for some recovery, especially versus the Doctrio, Nozzle to paralyze the entire team if possible. The only thing that cannot be paralyzed on their team is the Doctrio, and if we can paralyze things, if we can get free turns with our setup sweeper or other stuff, that would be fantastic. And of course, last move is going to be Baton Pass because Baton Pass is just good for momentum. This thing is fairly slow. Not slower than everything on their team, but it's fairly slow. So I think it's the best way. I technically could run Draining Kiss, but realistically that does nothing for me. So, because it doesn't really do any damage to Dracload or Ponyard, Psychic does more damage to the Dracloak, and Giga Drain actually does more damage to the Ponyard than Draining Kiss does. So we're gonna be running Terra Dark mostly to play mind games with the Brockfish if they bring it, if they have crunch on it. But outside of that, yeah, this is gonna be, like I said, the potential leads are gonna be either these or Blastoise depending on what they bring. Could also try to lead with the guy with the Electabuzz. But I think that, like I said, depending on what they bring, if they bring the 6 exact same things that I have faced before, we're probably leading Blastoise. If they bring Wigglytuff for some reason, we are 100% probably leading with either Electabuzz or with this. Like I said, it's hard to narrow down what 6 they're gonna bring, but you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, you know. I really hoping that the Quilava is not gonna come, although it could come to try to switch into Charizard, but it doesn't really switches into Hurricanes, you know. So yeah, but if it comes, this Pokemon actually takes relatively little damage from it outside of Eruption, and then Erosion has to be hit from the thing. It does hurt that we cannot run Stealth Rocks. I really wish I could bring Doctrio and set up Stealth Rocks for turn 1, but I feel like this Pokemon is more important than Doctrio. Doctrio just doesn't feel like he's gonna be doing much versus his team with the combination of Hitmontop and Grotto and just a lot of stuff. Because at any point the Hitmontop can just rapid spin and setting up rocks for me ends up being not useful at all. So yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be the team. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the game. Hopefully it will be a banger, but you know, we'll see. Alright, welcome to the game, everybody. They didn't break the Dracloak. That is so good. The Voltorb is water. The Grottle is dragon. Okay. So, there's no Ponyard either. Ooh. Ooh, man, this is a very interesting game now. I cannot leave Blastoise because they had the Voltorb. Which is annoying. But it is fine. Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully this is a fun game, no hacks, yada yada yada. I mean, I feel like I had to lead you, right? What is their best lead versus? I feel like they're just gonna lead Yeah, I kind of had to just lead you and go from there. Alright, well, hopefully this is a fun game. No hacks involved, and you know how that all goes. Hard train, yep. Okay, you're gonna live Wigglytuff, okay. So the only annoying about this Pokemon is it does get a skill swap. Wigglytuff. Yeah, it does get a skill swap, which will be annoying, but it's fine. Also, I did switch to Side Shock kind of for this Pokemon as well, because he's just gonna knock me off probably. Oh, you're gonna get paralyzed. Okay, well that works for me. All right, he's gonna be unable to move. Oh, shoot! Sorry about that, brother. It is lefties though, which is good to know. And this thing is just very, very slow. Okay, cool. I mean, I could go to you, but you're very good versus the Voltorb. So I feel like we're just gonna try to go for this. I mean, Hatron is really not checking much. Oh my god, that thing is defensive. Yep. Yep. Okay. Wigglytuff versus Hatron. We are running Side Shock. And this thing is competitive too, so this is why we didn't run Psychic in the end. Okay. So this is just defensive. Coolio. We just keep going for it. I'm not gonna let you sit up the rocks on this. The faster we can get rid of this, the better it is for Charizard. Okay, that is a little annoying. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie at all. Yeah, okay. We'll have to keep going for it. God, this Pokemon is annoying. Thunderbolt. Okay. Critical hit. Nice, dude. Immediately get credit. Okay. Man, I hate this Pokemon. I feel like you're just max HP, right? No, you're defensive. You're actually defensive. Let's see if I can recover a little bit of health. That did literally no damage. Literally no damage. Yep. That's gonna be this kind of work. Unfortunately, wish PP wasn't reduced. Okay. Damn, dude. So they are knockoff Thunderbolt, which I don't know their last move. Could be Protect. Could very much be Protect. Could also be Rocks. Gonna get a little bit of damage. They're gonna Thunderbolt. Yes, sir. They're gonna recover a lot of health probably. So this Wigglytuff versus my Sneasel. Gunshot will murder you. That's assuming that I hit it. I think I'm gonna bottom pass here. No, I was going to Goldfinger, I guess. I mean, if they had Psychic and they go for Psychic, then it is what it is. They are gonna get paralyzed. That works for me. Okay. So, do you want to stay in? You done? I feel like you're done. Yeah, I should have just gone for the Toxic Spikes. That's on me. That's on me. Pokemaster, that is more than likely it's you. Okay. Intimidate versus Inner Focus. Cool. We are gonna hit the Dragon Shot. This should hurt you. Oh my god. And he poisons them. I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah. Yep. Now, I could go for it again, or I could not. If I miss and the earthquake, though, I cook. I don't want to risk that. So I guess we're gonna go Madoka again. Just gonna have to sack the Madoka. I don't want to risk the Electabuzz to an earthquake either. So we just go for that. I do wonder what the last move on the Wigglytuff is, though. Good job, Goldfinger, though. And this is why it's good that we have the Mach Punch. Okay. Yep. Unfortunately, it won't take it down. And I will have to lose something here. I'm gonna have to lose my Madoka, but they're probably gonna lose their guy too. Which, that is okay, I think. Mag Punch, of all the moves that you will go for. I mean, I guess if you switch out, Baton Pass is my best play, so I'm gonna try to go for it. One. Oh, they miss. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. I'm so very sorry. Holy cow. Yeah, so if I go to this, they go Doctrio. Shoot, dude. I could go to you. If I go to you, they go Doctrio 1,000,000%. If I go to you, they go Voltor. I feel like I gotta go to you though, right? They go Doctrio. We can Ice Punch it. I could also go to you. If I go to you, they go Voltor though, and I don't want them to do that. So let's go Bullseye Gear. They will dive to the poison here, which is fine. Yep. All right. Good job, Sneasler. Good job, Sneasler. Yep. There goes that guy. And we'll see what they go into here. Raymond. Yep. I feel like I just want to Ice Punch it twice. Let me see. Doctrio. Sorry, my Electabuzz versus Doctrio. Even if you're Choice Bandit, you wouldn't kill me. Choice Bandit. If you're Choice Bandit, you could kill me. I mean, it is what it is, you know. We'll go for the Ice Punch. They're gonna Rock Slide. They were predicting me to go into Charizard. Ah, but I flinched, dude. That is so unfortunate. That is not Choice Bandit. I'll tell you that much. Ah, dude, if I didn't flinch there, I would be in such a good position. Just gonna Earthquake now. Yeah. Damn, dude, if I didn't flinch then, that Doctrio was over. Yep. Okay. So, if I kill this, I can go into the Sneasler next. Damn, dude. Damn. I feel like this is less valuable. So I'll go for Madoka. Because the Electabuzz still can outspeed some things. Damn, dude. If I didn't get flinched there, I would have killed this trio. But, you know, the hacks is buff weight, you know. So, it's fair enough. Okay. So there goes the doggy. We can go to our Goldfinger now. Alright. So, close combat, they wouldn't like. They wouldn't like a lot of things, to be honest. Throat Chop will kill the Doctrio from here, right? Sneasel. Doctrio. Yeah, Throat Chop will kill it. Only bad thing will be if they go into specifically the Wigglytuff. But if they go into the Wigglytuff, they go into the Wigglytuff. Yeah, I don't think they were ever gonna lose that Wigglytuff. Alright, we'll take care of this guy. Maybe this guarantees that they don't go into the... They're just gonna go into this guy. Ah, that's annoying. It's actually quite annoying. It is Terra Dragon though, so... Ah, dude. Alright, let's go into Boss Gear. Ah, dude. This is incredibly scary. This guy is incredibly scary. We're gonna Terra Dragon, yeah. Yep. Right. They're gonna curse. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. We can beat this. We can very much beat this. I'm gonna taunt you first. You probably attack. But if you don't attack, that would be fantastic. But I think that he's gonna attack. He's gonna expect me to get the taunt off, and he's just gonna attack. So it is Terra Blast. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay. So this guy is Grotto. 252 versus my Charizard. If you Terra Dragon. If you Terra Dragon, no, sorry. If you Terra Dragon, my Dragon Pulse is a 2-shot. Your Terra Blast a +1. A +1 is not a 2-shot. So we're gonna go Toothless. And we're gonna see if we can scare you out. You do have an immunity, but it's not the best immunity, so we'll just go for it. Hurricane actually does less, so could have also knocked you off. If I knock you off, damn, dude, he's gonna go into the Wigglytuff, isn't it? Joy Fontaine. That is not a Wigglytuff. That is a Wigglytuff. Fudge me, dude. Okay. Yep. Damn, dude, damn. I wasted my guy for no reason. Alright, let's go into the Sneasler. If I Hurricane, that would have been something. Yeah, that is terrible. That is terrible for me. Crit 2. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. Yeah, okay. Do we want to go for the Toxic Spikes here? He will go into... He may stay in, actually. I'm actually going to go for the Toxic Spike this time. You want to go into the Voltor? Go into the Voltor. I don't care. Yeah. Back into the Scorpion. That's fine. You can have them Toxic Spikes this time. Alright, let's go back into Toothless. Let's just go back into Toothless. I have made myself extremely vulnerable to the endgame Choice Scarf guy, but you know, it's gonna be what's gonna be. This shouldn't two-shot me. Should never two-shot me. Okay, it does not. That's good. I could just go for the Hurricane here. I think I'm gonna have to. Yep. We just need to hit, brother. John Fontaine. This Pokemon is extremely annoying. Oh, it is. Yeah. And we're gonna immediately miss. Yep. Makes sense. Makes sense. Because why wouldn't we? Let's go back to Goldfinger. You know, it is what it is. Damn, dude. Imagine if we don't miss. Wigglytuff. If we don't miss there, we just do a ton of damage. Yeah, it's a ton of wolf. Luckily for us, it's not a two-shot. But it's gonna be scary either way. Just gonna go for the gunshot. And Charizard is refusing to do anything in the last 2 games of the season, dude. It's quite unfortunate. We don't know the last move on this guy either, so we have to be careful. We'll have to be quite careful. Yeah, we're not gonna risk it. Will be nice if we can land it. Scorpion, yep. Yep. Scorpion's gonna take some damage. Just gonna go for this thing. Doesn't do a lot of damage, which is fine. Okay, so they have a Voltorb that is fully healthy. How much is Voltorb doing to our Quilladin? Quilladin versus Voltorb Hisui. If he's two. You are Terra Water, so you're not doing anything. It's the guy. So I think I have to go into this guy, right? Start bulking up. Actually, I think I'm just gonna have to go for it. This guy could synthesis here. And if they synthesis, that's very good for me. I'm gonna go to the Quilladin. They're gonna just Terra Blast. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Let's go ahead and start bulking up, I guess. I wonder if they're just gonna attack or they're gonna switch out. Or they're gonna go for synthesis. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Because see, the poison is bringing you down. So if I taunt you here, and then I bulk up, I think I'm in a good position. So I'm gonna taunt you here. Okay, please don't attack. Please just go for synthesis. Yes! Yes! Dude, that is so incredibly good for us. That is so incredibly good for us. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is big. Yep. We get another one off. It's just gonna have to Terra Blast. Yep. Yep. Do I get another one off? Yep. I just get another one. It's a free bulk up. Oh, let's go Eminem. Let's go Eminem. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, that didn't free us. That's perfectly good. Alright, we are Quilladin a +3/+3, brother. +3. +3. Voltorb, if you're like choice specs. Choice specs. Modest. Terra Blast. Yeah, you're doing nothing to us. This guy is annoying, and I don't know his last move. But he's always he's always gonna knock up here. So we'll go for the Drain Punch to get as much health as possible. Yeah. They're Flamethrower. Fudge me! Fudge me, dude. The last move had to be Flamethrower. It had to be Flamethrower. Fudge, dude. I I may just lose now. Oh my god, I may just lose now. Flamethrower, dude. The show is knocked off here. You're putting yourself in an awkward position if you don't knock off here. Because you need the thing. Yep, there's a knockoff. Yep. The good news for me is I think that my next one may kill it. Alright, so Inter Electric Voltor versus this with if you are Leaf Storm. You will do 69 without my Aviolite. Oh my god, you will kill me. You have to be Specs though. If you're not Specs and you timid, I mean, you may kill me. You may not. I don't know if I kill it with another one. I have to go for the Terra Blast. I know the Terra Blast just killed it. Okay. Alright. God, this Bolter is gonna be annoying. If it's just Energy Ball. Oh, Energy Ball doesn't hit me. So it has to be Leaf Storm. I mean, at this point, I can only Drain Punch. Oh, bulletproof, my brother in Christ, bulletproof. That's gonna win us the game. That's just gonna win us the game. Now you're cooked. Now you're. I'm so sorry, dude. I am so sorry. Yep, and the Toxic Spice ended. What a way to win this, dude. Bulletproof, he forgot. Bulletproof, dude. Quillading, the GOAT. The GOAT of this season, dude. Oh my god, you're so good, Quillading. People underestimate the crap out of Quillading. I'm telling you. We're just gonna go for the Terra Blast. As long as he doesn't crit us, we should be good. But then again, we have blasters in the back. That is nowhere near, dude. Bye-bye. One Terra Blast to end it all. And we are gonna be your UNPL Winter Wildcard champions, dude. Let's freaking go. That is amazing. GG to Emerald, dude. I am so sorry. Admittedly, you heard me trying to do the calc, so I forgot as well. If it was Choice Specs, yeah, the only way that was gonna kill me is if the only way that could be me is if it was Leaf Storm. Oh my god, dude, what a freaking game to end it all. I don't know what to say, dude. Thank you to the UNPL people for having me because it was just nuts. And yeah, no, Quillading, best Terra Captain, dude. I don't care what anybody else says. The Grotto, unfortunate for him. But yeah, no, this ended up working out. Yeah, we're gonna take our 17th chip this generation, which is amazing, and hopefully we can come back at some point. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the season. Love the team, love the people that we play against. Have a good one. Bye now.